Hey there, welcome back to Flat Tire Farm. We're a 40-acre off-grid homestead building in Alaska, and welcome to another AZURE Standard video. Now, if you've watched any of my other AZURE Standard videos, you know, first thing we always do is give you the updates. What did I make and preserve, and how did I deal with the products that I got from previous orders? And then I usually go into the things I bought and what kind of deals I found and how I found it cheaper on AZURE maybe than some other places that you might normally shop. But today we're going to make a pit stop in the middle there, and I'm going to talk about how difficult or easy it is to deal with getting refunds from produce maybe, or things that come all the way to Alaska from AZURE Standard that maybe don't make it out so great when they get here. Okay, here we go with the updates. If you remember on our last AZURE Standard order, we got a bunch of citrus, and I always order a bunch of citrus a couple times a year because if you didn't know, we can't grow citrus in Alaska. It's too cold and summer is too short. So I took a bunch of those lemons and I made some lemon curd for Mr. Reeve to have with yogurt in the morning. I also peeled the lemons with a potato peeler and got just the zest off. And I am infusing this olive oil with lemons, and I use that for cooking and baking anything you want to taste like lemon that's sweet, like lemon muffins or lemon poppy seed muffins, or put it in the bottom of a pan if you want to cook your pancakes in it instead of butter. That is fabulous. Or if you want a lemon savory dish like a lemon garlic pasta or something like that, this infused oil is lovely. You just got to let it sit for about a month. We've also started our freeze drying season because, well, there's enough sun now here. We're getting, I think, 17 or 18 hours of sunlight right now. So that's definitely enough to run the solar panels, to charge the batteries, to run, you guessed it, the freeze dryer. So anyways, I've freeze dried some lemons and some blueberries. These are just little jars so I can show you, but I have big pouches of them. But then you can't see the pretty stuff if I do it that way. So I made the jar just for you. Now, if you remember, we got a case of grapefruit on that last order. And one thing I always do when I order grapefruit from AZURE Standard is share with my very good friend, Mr. Jamie, because he loves grapefruit. We love grapefruit. We pretty much just eat the whole case between us. And I don't really process much of it. Once in a while I will, but Mr. Jamie can't eat a whole case of grapefruit by himself. And we can't eat a whole case of grapefruit by ourselves. So we just share a little. And the price is so good compared to what we can get here. Okay, some carrot updates. Now, I ordered a 25-pound bag of organic carrots. I paid about $1 a pound for them, which was pretty good. But I made a junk ton of carrot ginger soup. I'll link the video at the end if you're interested in it. But it is a lovely, fresh soup, especially for summertime. And you can add a little bit of cream in it, and it is awesome. Now, if you remember on our last video, I had talked about making a canned carrot salad, and I made it, but I wanted it to sit in the brine for a while, and somewhere in that time frame, it has been lost. So somewhere I have 3 jars of practice carrot salad floating around, and when I find them, I'll let you know how it turned out. Okay, on to the long-term projects. Now, the first one is a long-term project because over a year ago, we ordered a case of organic pears, and Mr. Reeve was very sure that he needed to save those seeds. And so, reluctantly, I said, yes, husband. And we saved the seed, and he planted it, and it grew into this little tiny plant this big. And I thought, okay, we're never going to overwinter that bad boy, but watch this. I am in utter shock about this pear tree. I cannot believe that it overwintered. Even our Siberian apple trees didn't overwinter. So, needless to say, boo on me and yay Mr. Reeve for having some faith in a little old pear seed, because I don't know how that thing grew and stayed over the winter, but lo and behold, it did. So, let's see if we can make it through 2 winters. Okay, one more long-term project, and then we'll get to our little tiny pit stop about getting refunds when we're in Alaska. I had totally forgotten about this guy. Look how big it is. Now, if you know, I love ginger, and I've ordered a couple cases of ginger from AZURE Standard, but I just took one of those nubs and stuck it in the ground, and look at this thing. I totally forgot all about it. I don't know how it has survived, but just this spring, it is like sprouted like crazy. So, yeah, so we have a ginger plant. I guess I'm going to probably put it in the greenhouse. Well, when I get the greenhouse built and we get it put up. But I'm going to put it in the greenhouse and see if maybe we can grow some ginger out of it. I don't know. Life's about experimenting, isn't it? Okay, here's my little pit stop about refunds. AZURE Standard has a very good refund policy. If you have a problem with a product, you just go under Contact Us, and there'll be a form that you can fill out. Make sure that you attach a picture of the problem you're having, like if, let's say it's moldy lemons or a bashed up package or something like that. And if it's a portion of a package that's damaged, then you tell them what portion or what weight of produce was damaged, and they issue you a refund. So that's really great and happy and wonderful. However, if you look in the product description under a produce item, you'll see that AZURE Standard does not guarantee the quality of a product that's shipped to Alaska and Hawaii. Well, guess what, boys and girls, because I live in Alaska. So I was really hesitant for a while to order produce in the event that it doesn't go well. Like in the winter time, when in January you don't order lettuce because it's going to freeze before it gets here. It takes 9 days to get here, so it's already going to be kind of gunky. And then it's got to sit on the barge, and then it's got to take the hour or so drive to get here, and sometimes sit outside in a parking lot to before it gets to me. So it would freeze very quickly. And being an Alaskan, I understand you don't order something in the winter that is going to freeze. Like, it's pretty not rocket science, okay? However, the first time I had an issue, I took a picture of it, I told them how much it weighed, and I just sent it because I thought, well, let's just test this thing out. And you know what? Lo and behold, I was absolutely and awesomely pleasantly surprised because there was not a question. They refunded me, no problem. The only caveat is that you have to request the refund within 7 days of receiving the product. Like, I can't have these apples for like 4 months and then say, oh no, 30 pounds of apples went bad, you need to refund me my money. It needs to be within 7 days of the date that you received your order. And I will tell you, every time I have asked for a refund, I've gotten it. Even though it clearly states they're not going to guarantee products that go to Alaska and Hawaii. Now, because I understand that they're not going to guarantee it, I am, I guess, frugal with their refund money. So I ordered, clearly you can see some peppers there. I ordered some peppers, and some of the green peppers came a little shrivelly. And so let me show you. So you can see this pepper is not bad in any way, but it's not like I wouldn't have picked that off the grocery shelf and paid for that. But I didn't ask for a refund for these peppers because I understand I'm rolling the dice. I'm rolling the dice and risking produce not getting here so great by ordering that produce. And I don't want to take advantage of their generosity in that they have always refunded me my money. So what I did instead is I just made sure I got all these peppers processed really fast. Like, I've got a bunch in the freezer, I've got some in the freeze dryer. So all the ones that weren't gonna last for a long time, I just made sure I processed them first. So for me, not a big deal. So from my perspective, the refund practices of AZURE Standard, absolutely awesome, because they are going above and beyond what they said they were willing to do to make me happy. And I appreciate that. Okay, on to the things I got this time. I did buy another 25-pound bag of organic carrots. Don't look at how this is not a 25-pound bag, because it was just a little bit ago. But right now the cold room is not real great for storing things because it's getting warmer down there. And there's only so much room in here in the fridge. So I needed to process those carrots fairly quickly. So, P.S. I got another 25-pound bag of carrots. For the other produce, I got a 40-pound case of organic Fuji apples. I got a 25-pound case each of red peppers and bell peppers. And you can see some of those green bell peppers aren't so green, they're yellow, but that'll make fajitas fun, right? We also got this, a 50-pound bag of fancy animal kelp. Now, that's not something I can preserve, and we're surely not going to eat it. But we traded it for something we wanted so bad for our farm that we drove 4 hours to get it. So if you want to know what that is, you'll have to wait and watch it on the next video. Okay, one of the staples that we have in our house is always Kettle Chips. They're a great deal on AZURE Standard, cheaper than I can get kind of at our closest Walmart. Let me show you this. I'm always trying to experiment with better snacks than, say, chips. Like, we really enjoyed that box of banana chips that we got. That was awesome. So I thought I'd try these mango bites because they were on sale. And here's my review of those. The mango bites taste like the south end of a northbound Fig Newton. Okay? No. Not for me. Mr. Reeve is a nice man, and he doesn't think they taste like that, but I am not eating these. I had the one, and that is it, and I will not be ordering these again. So, just so you know, mango bites, not my favorite. Okay, I saved these last 4 items till the end because I like to share with you the price breakdown of the items I find with the hugest price gap from buying it on Azure Standard versus cheapest price I can find at Walmart, cheapest price I can find on Amazon. Now, when I give you my price breakdown, it's going to be a little different than it will be for you because I pay 40 cents per pound addition in shipping and freight to get it to Alaska. But I'll always include that for you, and I'll include the price of all the things that I purchased this time and the cost of freight, and I'll put that in the description below, as well as a link to Azure Standard if you're interested in checking it out. Okay, moving on. Stop yapping, Crystal. Got it. Okay, so this 5-gallon bucket of organic coconut oil weighs about 43 pounds, and the cost breakdown, including the price of shipping for me, is $1.93. Now, if I was to buy some generic, who knows, organic or not brand of coconut oil from Walmart, cheapest I can find is $7.56 a pound. So $1.93, $7.56. I'm gonna go for the one that's $1.93. I mean, maybe you're different. But okay, if I was gonna get it on Amazon, cheapest price I can find for some off generic brand I never heard of before is $4.56. So I can get high quality organic coconut oil way cheaper per pound on Azure Standard than I can any other places available for me to shop. Okay, now these 2 bags here are both 25-pound bags. One is a dried split pea and one is a dried light red kidney bean. Okay, on Amazon, cheapest price I can find, I can get a non-GMO split pea just like similar like this one for $3.59 a pound. That sounds like a whole lot of money to me. Now I can go to the nearest Walmart and get non-GMO split peas for $1.92 a pound. Okay, now we're getting better. That's not too horrible of a price, right? Less than $2 a pound for something. That's going to stretch a long way. However, I can buy 25 pounds of non-GMO Azure Standard split peas for $1.17 a pound, including my extra cost for shipping. Okay, same story with the beans. If I was to buy light red kidney beans on Amazon, I pay $1.84 a pound. Okay, that's not too horrible. At my local Walmart, $2.24 a pound. But on Azure Standard, I'm paying $1.53 a pound. Doesn't sound too bad of a deal to me. Okay, this is my favorite find. I was so excited. First, I had just saw that it was kind of on sale and it was the last minute before my Azure order was due. And so I thought, well, my neighbor ordered some, so I'm going to order 2 cases. And I didn't really look at the price breakdown until I started doing the numbers for this video. So be excited with me, okay? This is coconut cream. It is 20 to 22% fat. Usually the higher the fat content, the more expensive the coconut cream is. And this is just coconut cream and water. There's no guar gum in here, which lots of brands put that in there as a thickening agent, I think. You can correct me if I'm wrong. But this is organic and it's got no junk in it. So I'm real happy about that. Normally, I don't buy coconut milk. I don't buy coconut cream because it is so crazy expensive. And I like to make like a coconut curry soup or coconut curry to put over rice, and that's really yummy, but I just can't justify spending $3 or $4 for a can. And sometimes I just end up with those teeny tiny cans, and so I haven't bought it for a couple of years now. But, so that's why I thought I splurged. However, this is what I found out. When I bought the same size product with a lesser fat content and it had the guar gum additive at Walmart, it was $4.68 a can. Well, now you know why I didn't buy it, because I can almost buy a pound of meat for that much, I guess. But it was way too much. That's ridiculous. And so then I thought, well, let me look on Amazon. Okay, so let's look at Amazon. If I buy the same size can with a little bit lesser of a fat content and it has guar gum additive in it, it's $3.98 a can. So I'm getting organic, no guar gum, higher percent fat content for, wait for it, $1.50. $1.50. Like, I could buy a can of green beans for $1.50, or I could buy coconut cream for $1.50. I am so excited about this. I'm sure you can't tell that by the expression, but I have 3 more cases put in the cart for the next order because this is a phenomenal price. So anyways, this is my favorite purchase of the day. Anyways, so thanks for joining us at Flat Tire Farm. Stay tuned for the next video, guys.